Hey superstars, it's your girl Malika aka Miss Magic back with another video. Today we are making my oh so delicious tender corned beef and cabbage with chicken andouille sausage, and I'm going to show you just how I do it. But first, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. Alright, so we're going to go get straight into how we do this recipe. Let's go. Okay, here's what you're going to need. Of course, the star of the show, a 1 to 3 pound corned beef. Then we're going to have roughly cut onions, carrots, celery, and whatever type of potato that you like. I'm using red potatoes, small red potatoes. You can use whatever potato you like. I got some black pepper, bay leaf, coriander, and chicken broth. You can use water for your crock pot if you want, but it's just going to taste so much better. Also, you want a sprinkle of brown sugar. Alright, so we're going to get started on this corned beef. This package actually has the seasoning on the corned beef. Usually it's in a little packet. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse my corned beef, but I'm going to try to keep the sauce on it. Not the sauce, the seasoning on it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, rinse it off, and just rinse around it. I really wanted to try this kind of corned beef, which is B's Best. People have been talking about it. I never tried it. I usually get a different kind, but as I saw, it's not a seasoning pack and it's on there. But it's cool because I rinsed it and the seasoning is so embedded in the corned beef, it didn't rinse off at all. So we're going to go ahead and give the corned beef a nice good rinsing. Some of the seeds, maybe like a few, like couple of seeds came off. I just took them out my colander and put them right back on. Alright, let's get ready to go ahead and put it in our crock pot. Alright, so first things first, we're going to make a bed for our corned beef, and that we're going to do that using our cut up vegetables. I have baby carrots, I didn't cut up the vegetables. So go ahead and put your carrots in. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my celery and my onion and just keep layering it until I have a nice bed on the bottom of my crock pot. The potatoes will be saved until the last hour and a half of cooking our corned beef. Now I'm going to put a little pepper on my vegetables. You can put whatever you want on there. You don't have to put anything. I just love pepper. And guys, shame on me, I almost forgot the garlic. You gotta have garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off 3 cloves of this garlic, and we're gonna smash it up and cut it up and put it in here. You got to have garlic unless you don't like garlic, but I gotta have garlic. How I almost forgot, I do not know. But go ahead and smash it up with your knife, and that just makes it easier for the shell to just peel right off of it. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut our garlic up and put it in the bed of vegetables. Now we're going to go ahead and place our corned beef directly on top of the bed of your vegetables. Go ahead and get your carton of your chicken broth and pour it in. Go ahead and pour it in the whole carton. You don't want, in the crock pot, you don't want your corned beef to be all the way covered, but basically go all the way halfway. So that's going to take the whole carton. Now I'm going to go ahead. This is a secret ingredient, and this has your corned beef so good. Just go ahead and sprinkle a little brown sugar right on top of the corned beef. Not too much, not too little. There you go. Just sprinkle it on there on top. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Now you're gonna go ahead and put your top on. Put your corned beef on low for 6.5 to 7 hours. And we're gonna forget about it until it's time to do our potatoes. And after we put our potatoes in, we're going to turn it up on high. All right, guys, it has been about 7.5 hours. We're going to go ahead and chop up our potatoes. I didn't tell you guys in the beginning that corned beef is an all-day thing. I assumed you all would know, but I shouldn't assume. So I'm going to put that in the description. That's going to be like the first sentence, that this takes time. So go ahead and put your potatoes in. Our corned beef has been cooking for 7 hours. So now we're going to just place them all in, move them around, make sure they're completely covered in the water. And then we're going to go ahead and put our lid back on and cook for a couple more hours. Now we're going to get started on our fried cabbage with chicken andouille sausage. For this, you're going to need a nice sized head of cabbage. I'm using bacon. You don't have to. You can use vegetable oil. Then this is our chicken andouille sausage. You can use whatever sausage you want. We need some seasoned salt, allspice, paprika, coriander. I'm using minced garlic, celery seed, and crushed red peppers. And guys, feel free to substitute. Oh, also we need 3 tablespoons of butter, guys, too. But feel free to substitute. Also, I forgot, I shredded up some carrots because I got to have carrots in my cabbage. You don't have to if you don't want to. Let's get started on cutting up our cabbage. So we're going to cut around the core, 4 slices. So you just take it, cut around your core in a circle. And guys, the outer green leaves that you took off your cabbage, you're going to want to rinse those real good and put those to the side. We do not throw those away. We put those in our cabbage because they give you super good color in your cabbage. All right, once you go ahead and cut that core, take the cabbage that's on that bottom until you can't pull it off anymore. And then you're just going to throw your core away because we can't do anything with that. It's too hard. For this fried cabbage, we're going to go ahead and slice our cabbage kind of thin, in thin slices. So take each side and go ahead and slice your cabbage up. Put it in a colander. If you want to re-rinse it, you can. But we're going to just go ahead and slice it up. Now you want to take your outer green leaves and you want to kind of roll them up, and then we're going to go ahead and slice those thin as well and put it with the rest of the cabbage. Don't skip this step, guys, because the outer green leaves add a different flavor and it actually gives you a beautiful color to your cabbage. Now we're going to prepare our chicken andouille sausage. This sausage is uncooked, so we're going to go ahead and boil it first. Now, if you have a pre-cooked sausage, you do not have to do this. You can go straight into browning. But if you have raw sausage, it's best to boil it first before you chop it up. So we're going to boil this for about 15 minutes until it is mostly done. Now we're going to get started on our bacon. Go ahead and put 4 slices of bacon in your pot that you're going to use to fry your cabbage. And I go ahead and fry my bacon. I don't do it crispy brown. You can if you want to. I prefer my bacon to be a little chewy. Some people don't, some people do. But that's just how I like it. It will continue to cook when we do fry our cabbage and I place the bacon back in. So don't worry, it will be cooked all the way. But if you want to fry your bacon a little bit longer, go ahead, fry your bacon a little bit longer. Once you take your bacon out, I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken andouille sausage in, and we're going to brown the sausage. I'm sorry I didn't show you guys cutting it up, but I did cut up all 3 sausages like so, and then we're going to go ahead and brown those. And once they're brown, you can go ahead and take them out the skillet. Go ahead after you do that and add your 3 tablespoons of butter. Now we're going to go ahead and saute our onions, which were, did I tell you guys that in the beginning? I forgot to tell you guys that in the beginning. Anywho, you're going to go ahead and put your carrots in, saute your carrots and your onions until they are slightly translucent. Now I'm going to go ahead and add me some pepper to my vegetables. You can go ahead and add some garlic powder if you want to, but I am going to be using minced garlic in a minute, so We won't worry about that. Go ahead now and start adding your sliced cabbage in the pot. I'm sorry guys, I'm so sloppy. But start mixing it up. You're gonna add your cabbage a little bit at a time. Cabbage cooks down quite fast, so just add it a little bit at a time, stirring it around, and then it'll start to reduce so that you can add more. But do make sure you're using a very deep pan, a wok, or a very deep cooking pot. That way you will have enough room for all of your cabbage. I had a pretty big head of cabbage, so I didn't use the whole head, but that's okay. We can save whatever you have left over and make you some coleslaw, which actually goes excellent on your corned beef sandwiches, leftover corned beef sandwiches. All right, now I'm just crumbling up the bacon that I cooked, and we are just gonna mix it in with our cabbage as it cooks. So constantly, you want to, when you're frying your cabbage, you want to constantly stir it around so that it can cook evenly. Now I'm just adding more pepper, garlic powder. I'm gonna add some coriander. Next, I'll add in about 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Next, I'm going to add in my garlic, about 2 tablespoons. You can add as much as you like. It depends on how much you like garlic. I'm just using the minced garlic from the jar. And lastly, I'm going to add in my Goya seasoned salt. Add as much as you like. Taste it first, guys. Just put in a little bit first. Taste it. If it's not salty enough, go ahead and put some more in. You do not want to oversalt your cabbage, though. Then after that, I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoon of celery seed. Next, you're going to add your paprika for a little pop of color, and add a few red pepper flakes for a little heat. If you do not want red pepper flakes, do not put, if you don't want any heat, don't put any red pepper flakes in it. But we like a little heat in our cabbage. Now you're going to give your cabbage a real good stir. Make sure it is mixed very well. And then basically after that, you're going to go ahead, get your lid and pop it on. Move your cabbage over to saute. You want to put it on a low heat and let it saute for about 20 minutes.
This is most important.
All right, our corned beef has been cooking for 10 hours and we are ready to take it out. But guys, we are not ready to cut it. You want to tint your corned beef in aluminum foil. I'm about to show you how to do it. Just take 2 pieces of aluminum foil, put them together. Let's go ahead and drain off as much juice as possible off of our corned beef, just holding it over the crock pot. Then set it to the side on the aluminum foil. It's going to be nice and hot. And you want to go ahead, you can see right here how tender it is. I mean, it is fall apart tender. But to make it easier cutting, which you'll see later, I'm going to have a problem because it's so tender. But this is how you go ahead and let that meat rest. And let it rest for about 10 minutes. I literally let it rest for like 9 minutes and 20 seconds because we were hungry. But you might want to let it rest about longer than that, maybe about 20 minutes, because if you let your meat rest, it makes it easier to cut. Okay, like I said, after that 9 minutes and 20 seconds, my family was ready to eat. The meat was still too hot, but I went on and cut it anyway. You might want to, don't be like me, go ahead and let your meat rest a little bit longer. But it was so good. I kept peeling it off. I mean, I'm going to have to make, this is the second corned beef that I've made this week. I'm going to have to probably make about 2 more because we can't get enough and it's on sale. So now you want to start trimming it. See what I mean? It's falling apart. If I would have let it rest a little bit longer, it would have been a little bit easier to cut in slices for the family. Right now, it's at the shredding point. I really could just take it and just shred it up. But for our dinner tonight, we didn't want shredded corned beef. That's for leftovers when we make our corned beef sandwich. So go ahead and cut it. I cut it in sections so that all of my family members would have enough slices. And yeah. And this is what happens when you're greedy and you're ready to eat. This corned beef is so hot. I am burning my fingers. And I let it sit for 10 minutes, but it's still too hot. I should have let it sit for 10 more minutes, but we are greedy and we are ready to eat. And yes, I ate that in peace, but don't judge me, judge your mama. When I tell you guys, this corned beef was so delicious. Oh my goodness. I hate corned beef only goes on sale once a year because that's the only time we eat is during St. Patrick's Day. But oh my, I'll let it cool a little bit more after I grab me a couple of pieces so that I can slice it up a little bit more. There we go. So it's a little more contained. All right, guys, that is my corned beef. Trust me, you make this, you're going to love it. And voila, I put it on the serving dish with the chicken andouille sausage. And this is how it looks. This is the final product. We are about to devour this. And now you want to fish out some of your potatoes as well. Out the crock pot. You don't want to forget the potatoes, guys. Just the potatoes. The other vegetables, it was just for seasoning. And you are going to love this dish. I want to thank you guys for watching. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video, and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. All right, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day. Love you guys. Bye.